All right, guys, so today we're going to start to tackle the topic of putting, which is roughly 43% of the strokes that you will encounter on the golf course in any given day. So it's extremely important to your scoring ability and contributing to your handicap. I know I'm guilty of not wanting to practice putting enough myself, and it's something that we really want to work on. And then let's just talk about putting in general. You know, in order to make a putt, you have to negotiate two things, right? You've got the line, the intended line that you want to hit it on, or the break, what you see when you read the putt, and then the speed. So when you marry up the right line with the right speed, the ball goes in the hole. And of those two, between the speed and line, the speed is way more important to getting close to the hole than the line. So if you have the right speed, wrong line, you'll be close to the hole. Right line, wrong speed, you're not going to be near the hole. And that's really important. So big picture here, when you get on the greens, what are you looking at? You've got to be able to read the greens. You got to be able to visualize the read that you see. You need to have the right distance control, and then mechanics would be last in that sequence of importance. I think most of us would probably find that shocking and think that mechanics are most important. And this just speaks to the idea that golf is an art, and when you get on the greens, it's certainly an art. And you know, good putters are not born; they're made. Anyone can learn how to be a good putter. Driving the ball 350 yards, that's a little harder. So to start with, we're going to break this into various components. Putting. What I want to do to begin with is, I've got tees here marked out 10, 20, and 30 feet, and I think it's just so important to know what it feels like to be able to roll your ball 10 feet consistently, or 20 feet and 30 feet, you know, maybe even 40 feet. Now, granted, the green conditions, the length of the green, the condition of the course, the time of the year, those all play into it, which is why when we go on to the green on a practice round or whatever, we're rolling balls to see what it feels like, or on the putting green before we tee off in the morning, and we'll get into that too. But I want you to start out with just a couple balls, 2, 3 balls, and just try to get the ball to the tee, to the 10-foot tee, at least to the tee, you know, maybe 14 to 17 inches past it, but certainly at least to the tee. And you get comfortable with that, and all of a sudden you walk off your putt, oh, it's a 25-foot putt. Okay, I have a sense of what that feels like. And I think that really goes far when you can control your speed in 10-foot increments. These greens are, you know, for the time of year, they're not slow. But it gives you a sense of, okay, I need to roll the ball 10 feet. Okay, well, and there's no mechanics here. I'm just really looking, I'm just getting my eyes out at the target and trying to get something close to that distance. So when we're talking about just rolling the ball 10 feet, I'm really concerned about trying to hit the center of my club face. Okay, now I'm going to go to 20 feet. Now I'm going to go 30 feet. Good result. You know, again, it's past the goal when you do this drill is to make sure it gets at least to the target, because again, I mean, if the ball doesn't get to the hole, it had no chance of going in. If the ball doesn't get to the hole, it had no chance of going in. And the other thing when you want to pay attention to, we'll get this in the green reading, but people tend to underread their greens by 100 to 150% or so. We underread. We don't give it enough break. So therefore the ball ends up curving on we call it the low side, or missing on the high side or the low side. And you'll have it referred to, the pros are always missing on the high side typically. And they say that because, you know, if it crosses the mouth of the hole before it got to the hole, it never had a chance to go in. So we're always trying to keep the ball, you know, above the hole, and if it's going to cross the hole, we want it to cross the hole, in the hole or past the hole, not in front of the hole. That's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. And as we launch this new channel, we really appreciate your likes and your subscribes and comments as well. Thank you very much.